Okay, we are recording. We're good.
All right. 3, 2, 1. 3 Point Play Podcast. Main man Nick getting buckets off the pick here with my man Joe G's. And my main man Ryan Rastovac getting buckets off the strap. Today is election day. It is November 3rd, 2020. Talk to me, people. What's new in your lives?
Man, I'm chilling, bro. I'm just chilling. Y'all chilling?
I'm just ready to start playing basketball.
My man's ready to play basketball. You know what's new in my life? I'm constantly trying to develop my game. I got a basketball trainer to work on my left.
For sure.
The IQ's always been there, defense has always been there, but I just want to work on my game, get a little bit better. Working a little bit more on the fundamentals. Trying to get a PS5, but you grimy motherfuckers pre-ordered them all. So we have a new segment. It's called Why We Play the Game, and we wanted to start that off with Ryan Rastovac. Tell us about yourself, where you're from, how you started playing basketball, and what keeps you going, why you play the game.
I didn't really get into basketball that much when I was living in Florida because, I was really young.
So you're from Florida?
Yeah, from Daytona Beach, Florida.
In the building. Daytona's in the building.
But I did have a basketball hoop outside as long as I can remember, and I always shot around and played, but I didn't really grasp my love for basketball until I moved to Vegas in 1998.
How old were you at the time?
I was 8.
Or sport.
But we made some friends and started playing every single day and just fell in love with the sport ever since. Basketball always gave me an outlet every time.
Yeah.
Kept me out of trouble. It kept me focused. The main thing that basketball does for me still to this day is clears my head. I know some people like to meditate or whatever, but give me a basketball and let me go play, and all my problems seem to go away. But
That's 100.
I really legit. That's this segment being called "This Is Why We Play" is near and dear to me because this is something that I wanted to talk about when we first started shooting the shit, and I knew how important it was to you guys and how important the game of basketball is to everybody out there. And it's like, I don't care who you are, what color you are, your political stance or whatever. As soon as you get on the court, you're a hooper. That's it.
Basketball is a universal language.
It is. And that's my biggest thing. It's no matter what, you're out there with another hooper. And growing up, I was always underestimated because I was either the fat kid or the white kid or whatever.
Three-ball wetty, though.
And I grew up realizing that I can't stereotype people because I got my ass busted by plenty of people who would surprise the hell out of anybody.
Right.
And, you look at the three of us and... yeah, okay, we got size, but, we talk about basketball and we wear jerseys often, but if we don't, you see us just out and about, what do we look like to you? We don't really look like your average hooper.
I look fly as fuck. That comment, he could miss me with that one, but I joke. So a follow up with that I wanted to ask you is what was something that drew you to the game? Like, was it a player? Was it a personal friend? Was it popular at the time?
Seeing Shaq on TV dunking and breaking shit.
It was so as long as I can remember, especially living in Florida, it was Shaq. I mean, Shaq is the number one reason why I even paid attention to basketball.
Right.
Then when I, got a little bit older to actually understand and realize what basketball was and how it was played, and I was just hooked. I was hooked from there. And then as I kept getting older, I kept encountering people that are still lifelong friends to this day. And they will all be, they will all get their shout outs at some point throughout this podcast, for episodes to come. But the amount of friends that I've been able to make, lifelong friends through basketball, I mean, I was lucky to meet Will at where I used to work, and it was weird because, like, at first I saw him and I'm like, dang, I don't know what this guy likes. I don't know what he's about.
He's big and he's black.
I was like...
and he's intimidating.
I was like, he's huge. And, like...
size matters.
Yeah. But, I didn't know much about him. And the first two things I asked him was, you watch wrestling? And he was like, yeah, bros, I watch wrestling. And then I was like, what about basketball? He was like, yeah, bros, my mom a massive Shaq fan. And I was like, oh my God, because I'm a Shaq mark. I fucking love Shaq.
Did we just become friends?
That's pretty, I swear to God.
That's how it went, basically, yeah.
And then one day he was like, hey, bros, you trying to go hoop? And I was like, yeah, dude. So
that's how it went.
So, like, legit, we made a bro date and went to go hoop. And then after that, we literally had that moment. Did we just become best friends?
That's dope. That's dope.
Same thing with you. Like, when we met you at EOS. And we met you on the court.
I had two good knees.
At
and
EOS.
He was wearing the same shirt as me.
And they were wearing... Will and you were wearing the same tank top from Wally World.
It was the green one. He tried to punk me out of it, and I was like, "Nah, I got this first."
You still owe me one, bro.
I do.
Damn.
I do.
I ain't thinking about that too now.
I do. Guarding this big ass dude, I ripped one of his shirts, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, that is here.
That is here.
Because if you don't pay up, you might have to get some chops from the chop guy.
Yeah, I can't wait till the season come back so we can make some wages.
I mean, we can make some wagers now just based on trades and bets and signings.
All right, well, let's make a wager right now. Where Giannis going? Is he staying or is he leaving?
Staying.
I think
he's most certainly staying this last year, 100%.
He's staying.
He's not going.
He's staying.
No,
if common sense dings him in the head, he'll go to Dallas. But he's staying right now.
I say go to Golden State.
They're gonna try to bring something to him, and then when that fails.
And then he'll be a free man. So then no one's the villain.
No
of the story.
chance.
Well, shit. What about you, Nick? Man, so with your love for the sport, how you get into it?
Me?
Damn.
Basketball?
I wasn't even done, but okay.
Yeah, I wasn't even. No. I had more questions. What was your favorite part of the game? Because a lot of people, to a lot of the viewers out there that are looking at you, they look at you and they think you're no disrespect. They look at you, they're like, "Yo, he looked like the center from the Suns."
Aaron Baines.
Aaron Baines, that is a compliment. I don't care what anybody says.
He looked like Aaron Baines,
and he's a handsome man.
He looked like a corny white dude, but little do they know, you got one of the best 3-point shots in the game. But I want to know what area of the game did you want to work on first when you first came? Like,
when I first started playing, it was all post.
All post.
So me and my boy Ellery, we had some of the most ridiculous low post battles. And it was in the era where it was still okay to hack and do all that stuff. And like the things we used to let each other get away with was ridiculous. And to this day,
like he jumped
to this day, he is like legit one of my biggest adversaries in the post aside from Will.
Oh, I gotta be the biggest, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice...
So I've played center against 7-footers.
Yeah.
And I will rather play against them than have to try to get around you in the post.
Yeah.
Like, because they were just tall.
So it's not necessarily the height; it might be the width.
Yeah, because like you can't like let's be real. Like if I get around, like if,
subtle,
like if I can get a hook up over Will if I'm quick enough.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know if I get lucky, I can do a little shimmy drop step on him.
Okay.
Especially when he's not expecting me to do it because I have no knees left. But I still, if I do anything that requires me to pivot around him or try to roll on him, it's just not going to happen. Like, there's no way. I can't get around him. And then the fact he's 6'8", he's going to track it down if I try to go around him because then he's got enough time to recover.
6'8"?
Even if I
6'8",
make it
7.5
around him.
strong. 7.5 easy. But
He is 6'8" in his basketball shoes, and that's his height because that's how they measure players. So
I get it.
True.
So, favorite shoe? Ever have a favorite basketball shoe? What was your first basketball shoe, if you can remember?
the Shaqnosis.
Oh, not the Kmart joints? Not the Kmart joints?
No, he was not.
I did get those also.
Okay.
I did. I got everything Shaq had.
As I did.
And after I kind of grew out of those and got made fun of for wearing Shaq shoes in school, I moved on over to Hyperdunks because they were real big. But Hyperdunks, you gotta have a skinny ass foot for that. So
my God.
yeah, so I'm none of that. But my favorite basketball shoe now is a kind of a toss up between the Way of Wade's and the Kyrie's.
The Converse Way of Wade or his brand?
No, the Leaning Way of Wade's.
Okay.
Even though those first D-Wade Converse shoes is iconic.
Oh man, those with the white toe.
Yeah.
They were
iconic.
some of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn.
Yeah.
The first basketball shoe that I actually played, like rec league or any type of league in, was the Allen Iverson zip up.
Oh.
With the money signs on it.
Yeah. Those is nice.
Yeah.
My foot was too big for all of that.
But I wasn't a fan of those so much. But yeah, I mean, so like back to, you know, people that influenced me so much in basketball. Another name that I'm going to name drop is Rafael Opresho. He really, like, me and him clicked over basketball big time, and we made each other better. And then it went from us two to a massive group that's all going to be named at some point throughout this show. Not tonight's episode per se, but throughout the show. But and that's why to this day, we on our jerseys in the rec league, our team name is Havelock because that's the street we all grew up playing on.
Hey.
And that team name means so much to me that I wanted to put it on our jerseys, and that's the team name from forever. So yeah, basketball has a lot of ties to me, and it just, no matter how you're feeling or what you're doing, whatever you're going through,
it's there.
Pick up a ball and just shoot around, dribble, shoot around, do something. It works. It's crazy. You can be going through some real deep shit, but I don't know. Somehow basketball has a way to fix it. And
I like that. Thank you for sharing that with us. On next week's episode, we will talk to Joe G's and ask, the man, the myth, the legend, and how he also got started playing the game. But we're going to go back to the playoffs, and we're going to talk Lakers versus the Rockets. Joe G's, why did the Lakers beat the shit out of the Rockets?
Because they got 3 7-footers that can run with them. I honestly
small
think
ball,
so.
Small ball caught up to them for sure.
Yeah, small ball caught up to them because they played against 3 gazelle of centers. They had Dwight. That dude's a greyhound. JaVale's a greyhound. AD needs to be center. That's another thing, another day. But he's a greyhound. And what's his name? Robert Covington. He can't keep up with them. And don't get me started on PJ Tucker. He's not, we know what it is. And
PJ Tucker is 6'5", playing center.
Excellent sneaker collection, though.
Yeah, but
sneaker collection didn't help him, did it?
You need some
autumn sneakers. Your lucky ass couldn't get no Where was it? Where was it at? What were you doing with all them goddamn sneakers?
He couldn't get them in the bubble.
He couldn't. No, he could. You know what? He didn't have those sneakers with the pump on them to make him like 2 inches taller.
I'm saying, man.
Oh, he needed a wedge.
He needed the Dr. Scholl's.
A Dr. Scholl's plus the insole. Plus
No, but we ain't gonna shit on him. He is the best corner 3-point shooter ever right now. So we're not gonna shit on him.
I will never shit on PJ Tucker.
Why? Because he played on the sides with Jared Dudley? Fuck him.
No, not even that. Not even that. No,
They lost.
not even that.
I'm not doing the Jared Dudley thing.
I'm not doing the Jared Dudley thing either. I'm just
Go.
saying I have mad respect for PJ Tucker.
All
Dude
right.
was given so many different options and opportunities, and he made every one of them work to his best ability.
Yeah, he needs to go to the Spurs in like 2 years, and he'd be good.
But no, I think he can definitely elongate his career if he goes to the Spurs.
Yeah, everybody, whoever, if you're having like a down in your career and you need a little revival, go to the Spurs. If you tired of your point guard not passing you the ball, get my shit right on real fast. Go to the Spurs.
Disrespecting the Spurs right now?
Never.
No, I'm talking about the Rockets.
We're just proving that.
I'm talking about the Rockets.
All right.
We said go to the Spurs if you need a revival. Look what they did to Rudy Gay. He's nice. He's still nice. But people wrote him off.
He's always been a walking 18, but we don't listen.
Yeah.
What in the Lakers Rockets series? Let's talk about Russ.
What about him? Like,
What about him? Indeed,
is he?
in the beginning of the season, they were the hype. James Harden and Russell Westbrook.
They got to put a blame on somebody, man, and it's easy to blame Russ for anything.
Tell me more.
Russ
it Russ's
goes out
problem?
there. No, it's not Russ' problem. You sign up for Russ and you get Russ. If he's not giving you that, you're gonna blame him anyway. Russ is Russ. He's gonna go out there and try to do everything. I hate people who say Russ is a rebound hog or whatever he is because
That he
if
pads
play,
stats?
He don't. How do you pad stats? How do you pad rebounds?
That's one of the things that they say about him.
I know, but like I had a player in high school named Darrington Banks, and the coach asked him in practice one day, "Why do you go for the board besides getting back?" He said, "If he gets the board, transition happens sooner." That's all Russ does. Makes shit happen faster because he's trying to go down your neck. Like he's not out here trying to pad stats. If you think people are actually out here trying to pad stats, you're not really playing basketball. I don't think of stats when I'm hooping. Do you think of stats when you're hooping?
No.
You're just trying to get the W, right?
Yeah.
And you're just trying to do whatever you can to get the W. How is that padding stats? How is you rebound chasing?
Well, okay, so I get you, but at the same time, it kind of looks like it when you're fucking chasing a triple double every night. When he was in OKC.
When he was at OKC, there's a whole YouTube video of Steven Adams letting him grab boards.
Yeah.
And then him asking players
gets the board,
to get out the way.
When Russell Westbrook get the board, what happens? He takes off.
Yeah, he does.
So he's trying to make shit happen.
But okay, so we've played with players like this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention them right now. But we've played with players like this that they get down, it's a 4-on-1. We, the bigs, are trying to make it down with them. We can't. And they're over here bombing threes and there's 4 rebounders there. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's not Russ though.
Speaking of threes, do you think that the Rockets lived by the 3 and died by the 3?
Hell yeah.
Well, part of that, yeah, but they lived and died by the fact that they played small ball. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still take as many threes as you want in today's league, but I mean, their downfall was size. That's it.
How do you feel about
They
Russ?
just didn't measure up.
They just didn't measure
When
up.
they whipped it out, they weren't the same.
Oh.
How did you feel about Russ shooting the 3-point ball? Do you want him to shoot the 3, or do you want him to pass that and shoot the 15-footer?
I am okay with Russ shooting the 3-pointer because I know what he's capable of. A player like him needs his space and needs his green light to go.
Yeah. Fuck that shit, man. Look, Russ, keep shooting that damn ball. Once it drop, you're unstoppable. And then
Exactly.
they love you. So
Yeah.
keep pulling, man. I don't like how they try to limit
and you
him.
can tell by the way that they're playing. He's not loose. He's not letting loose.
No,
He's playing restricted, and it shows.
I actually disagree with the both of you. I feel
sometimes.
like I feel like for the last 2 seasons, it's easy to get inside Russ's head. And first and foremost, Russell Westbrook, you're amazing. You're fast. You rebound. You pass. You make 7 out of 10. You make good passes, but I feel like for the last 2 seasons you've been shooting terribly, and there's other facets of your game that you need to utilize, and the 3-point shot has not been one of those for you the last 2 seasons. I feel like you're amazing driving the lane, getting to the rack, and the 15-footer, but he's easily distracted, and that's always bugged me. Like we've seen the memes. We've seen the memes when when he's rocking the baby. Ooh, it's so dope. When he's saying you're too little, when he's doing all that, yeah, it's dope. But anybody in the stands, any player can get in his head and be like, you can't shoot, and he'll go 0 for 18 just to prove that he can hit one shot. And I've always hated that about Russ. So to answer the question, I, as a coach, would have preferred him passing outside the 3-point shot. Not on no Ben Simmons shit. Like, if you're absolutely wide open, line up the shot and take it. But the running full speed and stop and pop for Russ, yeah, you need to cut back on that. But that's just me.
The stop and pop from 3, right?
Yeah.
Because the mid range is his.
No, the mid range is his bread and butter. The 15-footer for Russ is bread and butter.
Yeah.
I'm saying the 3-point shot for him, and I'm not a fan of that.
You saying he shouldn't shoot at all 3s? Or just in transition?
I'm saying his earlier OKC years, he had that.
No, I'm talking about this year.
But the last 2 years, he needs to deviate. Until that comes back into fruition, like, he need to deviate from the 3-point shot.
Okay, well, what happens when he's not shooting that? The defense steps back because he's not going to shoot it, and they know he's not going to shoot it. So
there's this thing called the triple threat, which Russ is. Like, teams fall back on Russ because they know that it's not going to drop. Like, people watch game tapes and they see Russ and they're like, oh, let him shoot that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And on the Rockets, there's other 3-point shooters. PJ Tucker, Covington. The whole team is based around people that can shoot.
Yeah.
So all 5 players on that team can actually shoot. So it's not a necessity for Russ to shoot.
I know, but if you want Russ to be effective,
driving the lane brings another defender to give somebody else an opportunity. And like you said, PJ Tucker is what?
The best corner shooter in the game.
Absolutely.
So if Russ can't hit the shot, though, he can't drive because they're going to step back and just wait on him at the paint. So he has to hit the 3.
8 times out of 10, Russ is blowing past his defender.
Yeah, but not in like a playoff setting when they prepared for it. You see what happened in the playoffs. So I don't think
I saw small ball in the playoffs.
Yeah, I saw Russ trying to do exactly what you're saying, and he goes down and runs into somebody, and then LeBron comes out of nowhere and smacks his shit.
So what I'm hearing from the both of you is that we let Russ try to shoot out of his rut. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I'm not saying let Russ try to shoot out of his rut. I'm saying just let him. If he's open, don't tell him not to shoot it.
I have no problem with him being Rondo wide open and shooting it.
Okay, cool. No
I put a little bit more respect on his shot, to be honest.
I trust Rondo to shoot the ball. I trust Rondo to shoot the ball more than I trust Russ to shoot the ball this year.
If we're talking just playoffs alone, yeah, okay, I'll pick Rondo on that right now.
Okay.
No, Rondo always showed up in the playoffs.
No, from the 3. I'm just saying from the 3.
Oh,
so
he was in Chicago going crazy. He was in New Orleans going crazy.
Rondo has always low key gone crazy in every
playoff series, man. Whenever he on TV, whenever it's a nationally televised game, he got you.
Yeah. Homie bodied he bodied Boston with that game winning shot.
That's how you go
that
out.
moment. I knew that he was down for whatever. He said, "I'll kill my own organization. I don't give a fuck everybody."
See, this is where we gotta play that clip of that dude that walks up to Rondo and he's like, "Hey, you my
Chris
favorite
Paul."
point guard, Chris Paul."
He was like, "Ooh, nah, not me. Nah, that ain't me." But shit, man, let's get speaking of killing teams. Playoff P, killing teams.
Pandemic.
Why is it rumors of them being about to blow up the team because of this tragedy of a series against the
let's
Mavs?
be real. You're not giving up Paul George, but the trade rumors are that the Pelicans want Paul George, but
For what? I don't know.
but who
Two vanilla
are the
wafers.
Pelicans giving up to get Paul George? I'm not even going to entertain it.
I'm not entertaining that.
But
I
the
think it's
Clippers,
dumb.
Mavs,
Because Brandon Ingram would be involved in that trade for sure.
absolutely,
This is a stupid trade.
and you not giving up.
Brandon
Nah,
Ingram,
that's your
Brandon Ingram,
future
Josh
for Paul
Hart,
George with a
and
hurt shoulder.
Josh Hart can go.
probably Drew Holiday. To be honest,
Drew going to the Nets.
Stupid. That's a stupid trade for any. If the Pelicans
Look,
take,
I'm not
Paul George-
agreeing with
No,
the trade. I'm just
saying-
telling you what they probably
No,
throw
I'm
at him.
saying the prospect of it. The Pelicans trying to get Paul George for what? You got a whole young core that can age together.
Because everybody is so obsessed with the win now, right? With the win now,
You have Zion. You gonna win in like 3 years when everybody get
that's
old.
not quick enough for teams nowadays.
Man.
Not only
Well
not quick
said.
enough for teams nowadays. It's not quick enough for the fan base. The
Man.
fan base isn't. They don't want to wait 4 years.
New Orleans been trash. How long?
My point exactly.
They
don't
can
want-
wait.
But yes, in reality they
Tell them to
can.
go talk to Sacramento.
Sacramento been waiting since the 90s.
Since 2002. Since that elbow. Who they had? Kevin Martin for like
Wow.
5 years, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sacktown can wait. D Cousins didn't even get into the playoffs. You know, they can wait.
Because he's soft.
Get your shit off, Ryan.
No, it's fine. I mean, you already know how soft he is. The reason Sacramento could never get anywhere with your boy DeMarcus Cousins is
No.
because he is not a leader.
No.
He is not a formidable big. Yeah.
I'm not letting him suck
I'm
me
not
in.
doing it,
I'm
man.
not letting him suck
doing
me
it.
in.
I'm not doing it.
So
And
let's
he's
talk.
injury prone.
Mavs.
He is
Let's
injury
talk.
prone. He cannot play a full season without
Let's
getting
talk.
hurt.
Let's talk Clippers Mavs since we want to
Clippers
talk
Mavs.
formidable big men.
Let's
Kristaps Porzingis and Luka Doncic. So why could they not beat the Clippers?
Because the Clippers still got a bunch of talent. Simple.
On paper, I thought the Mavs were going to do it.
No, they can trouble them, but they just don't have.
The Mavs are almost there.
On paper, I thought they had the Clippers.
How did you think they have them on paper?
So Montrezl, we can go the matchup all the way across.
Okay.
Luka on Pat. I'm taking Luka,
No, Luca is being held by Paul George most of the series.
and he was torching him.
He was torching because he's Luca, but
And he was
he's-
torching him.
I know, but listen. No, go.
Tim Hardaway was
Pat.
Yeah. Luka. Kristaps, KP was out there.
Trezor.
Yeah, and we know that KP is the overlord to Montrezl.
Yeah.
Is it Brandon? Brandon, the center, Dallas.
Oh, Dwight Powell?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Way off. Excuse me.
Yeah, they've been. He's a project.
Sleeper agent for sure. He's got a 3-ball. He rebounds pretty well. But I thought, for one, Dallas they're one of the tallest teams in the league.
The person you left out is the reason they couldn't get past. Who was holding Kawhi? That's the only reason they couldn't get past.
Yeah,
It just wasn't
Kawhi's
enough.
definitely more seasoned.
Yeah. They had
Luka-
Jalen Brunson on him or whatever.
Yeah,
Nah, he's not doing it.
Luka showed his first form like Cell, man. Like how to put it, because I know you don't do the anime references.
I know who Cell is, bro.
He showed his first form like Cell, man. He was ready to absorb some shit and fuck some shit up. Luka was out there. When he pulled up on Pat, I said, "Oh, Bitch ass white boy where? Speaking of bitch ass white boy.
And you heard Ernie say bitch ass white boy on
Tell me a little bit
No.
how you feel about that.
You didn't hear Ernie say bitch ass white boy on the side of the NBA?
I did not.
He was like, since the kids went to bed, this is what he said. He said bitch ass white boy.
I thought it was a different context. My bad. Yeah. So you want to ask me, the bitch ass white boy?
No,
Whoa.
I know you got some thoughts on that. That's why I asked you about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely got thoughts on it. If we just kept it basketball, it's cool.
Right.
But
It's never that.
it's never that, and Montrezl Harrell didn't keep it basketball. That was the problem.
Right.
Because he's the first one that wants to cry out, you can't say this because I'm black. But then you want to say that to a white player, you can't be doing that. Now, Luka's like, yo, I get it. It's cool. It's part of the game. Shit talking is part of the game. And I agree with that. But if you're trying to stand up for the greater good, then you can't. It's not a halfway.
You can't ask for justice with dirty hands.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you guys think Luka is a nice guy on the court?
From what I see,
He looks like he has so much fun playing basketball.
Boy.
No. But do you think he's a nice guy?
in
on the
real
court?
life or on the
No,
court?
on the court.
I need to understand the context.
I think
like you think he like
dog
like
on
you
the
think
court.
you think he whispering shit talk?
You think he's
I
doing
think
like?
he's barking back at them. That's why.
for sure.
Well, yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, I thought y'all didn't think he was out here.
No, but I don't think he's nowhere near on the level of Larry Bird of some
or,
of those.
No.
or Patrick Beverly,
Nobody talks about Pat Beverly. He doesn't matter.
the dirty ass Air Force.
He's irrelevant. All he does is
But
run around.
I got an uncle who wear his shoes.
I actually want a side panel on that a little bit because like when Montrezl Harrell called him a bitch ass white boy, like I took that some type of way because like I got friends all shapes, colors, and sizes, but you call Luka Doncic this 21-year-old boy, because that's what he is. He's a boy, but he's a boy. You call this 21-year-old kid a bitch ass white boy, and he's not even from this country, so he never grew up with that racism in the country that he lives in. So like, he not even the type of white boy that you're calling bitch ass white boy. Like, I felt some type of way about that, but that's just me.
I think that whole like racism, like, because it's kind of a racist thing, but it's like a light line in it, because sometimes it's off in a level where like Ryan hit a 3 on the court, I'm yelling white boy up the court mad times because that's my white boy. And it's like, it ain't racist with me, but you have it in like all types of sports. You got Devin Haney in boxing telling Vasil Lomachenko, ain't no way I'm losing to a white boy.
Steve Nash said that it when he first came into the league, he said that Gary Payton was like, ain't no way I'm letting this white boy.
It happens. But it ain't disrespect.
It's also the context in how it was said. There was a little malice in how Montrezl Harrell said it. Let's be
Especially
real.
after- especially
Let's be
after-
real.
That's because he bark loud.
Let's be real.
but they were elbowing and tripping each other
Yeah.
before that even happened.
Yeah, and I think that's why I think Luka
And
is
he
up in there
suffered the
saying some
wrath.
shit right
He
back.
did.
And he suffered the wrath of that bitch ass white boy. Shout out to Luka Doncic. That's why Jordan's giving him a shoe.
But so here's my
He
thing.
shouldn't have signed with Jordan. No athlete should sign with Jordan. He's
I
never going to put you on
couldn't
his
agree
level.
more.
Because then your feet pop out the sneakers. Shout out to Zion.
Nah, that was
But-
Nike, period.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my thing is, the only
Still
thing,
what you
and I
did.
said this when that came out, this is what I said. I was like, imagine if Luka would have said bitch ass black boy.
Oh, all hell would
He
have broke
would
loose.
have been suspended.
Oh no, all hell would have broke
Like-
loose for sure. Nah, not death threats, because he popped when you pop, you don't get death threats.
But I mean, I think he would have been suspended, like legit. I really do. And it's like I said, you can't just have the rules go in one way.
Right.
If you want to put these rules out, then it goes both ways. But if you want to be lenient on it, which I think the league should be, like, it's shit talk. It's part of basketball. That's it. Like, that's all it is. Leave it at that.
Is the league softer and
Hell yeah, the league is soft.
no?
The
I'm
league's been
talking
soft.
about. I'm not talking about like physically. I'm talking about like shit talk wise.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude.
like the refs don't let.
Bernard
you do
Chess was
shit,
talking about
bro.
killing people.
Fuck that! Look what KG was saying. All
Look
this
what-
shit,
exactly.
bro. He called Charlie Villanueva a cancer patient. Bro.
Exactly.
He said, "You fucking cancer patient."
I
And he
mean,
got out of there. He He told Mello his wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios, man.
I mean, like,
Come on, dude. Didn't he? Hold on.
Hold on. Did we just say "come on, dude" in sync right there?
Dude, no. Because he told Tim Duncan.
Here's the deal.
He asked Tim Duncan how his mom's doing, knowing that his mom's just died like a week ago. KG is wild.
Yeah.
KG is wild. Disrespectful as hell.
Some bad.
Disrespectful as hell, man.
Speaking of moms dying, I wanna. I'm a little bummed that Karl Anthony Towns' mom died. I mean, it's gonna definitely affect the game. But
you think it affects it enough?
Yeah.
What's his contract like right now?
I don't know.
He's probably the biggest contract over there.
No, I'm talking about like when is he done?
When will he be free?
Yeah. What is his contract out like?
Nobody wants him.
Yo, you and the disrespect.
Sinners, man.
I grew up on Shaquille O'Neal. What do you want? These guys are soft.
What do you want from me?
all he does is sit there and play Fortnite and other games, and doesn't work on his game.
What do you mean? All he do is work on his game.
Yeah, on his video game.
That's
wow. Cat is a bucket.
Cat is a bitch.
He's a bucket.
They got Karl Anthony Towns
you better
for 5 years.
You better be
158.
You better be a bucket if you're 7'1".
What do you mean? It's a bunch of 7'1" motherfuckers. It's not buckets.
Are they not buckets because of skill, or are they not buckets because they don't have the opportunity to be buckets? Because I'm sorry, if you're 7'1", you better be a bucket.
Wait.
I can name plenty 7'1" not
Before
buckets.
we go any further, I need to know: are we saying that Karl Anthony Towns is not a bucket?
That's what he's saying.
I'm saying Karl Anthony Towns is another soft big man, just like, guess what? Boogie.
But he's a soft big man that gets buckets.
Who's on the team? Yeah, he's gonna get
buckets.
buckets. Who's on the team?
He's a bucket.
You can't even name the starting lineup.
The starting lineup.
I swear I can't.
Exactly.
I swear I can't.
Let me try it. It's D'Angelo Russell. It is OG. Not OG Anunoby. It's Okogie. It is It's Jared Culver. Karl Anthony Towns. Gorgie Jane.
The only reason you know that is because you play 2K every day.
I play 2K in
Check out
Will's.
Check out Will's Twitch stream because he plays 2K every day.
I played in 2002.
That's the only reason he knows.
I played in 2002 though.
Don't lie to me. That's the reason you know.
Bro, I'm
but I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the only reason I know.
Wow.
Wow. Shout out to Ronnie 2K. Talk your shit.
Nah, he trash, bro.
There you go.
If you want to buy the same game every year with just new DLC,
you want to buy the same game. Suge Knight Boys, you tired of the same game, and same players, fucked up beards. Next generation gonna have the same presentation. Go buy 2K.
And
wait, you might see the sweat a little bit more.
And on that note, I'm done. Ryan,
yes, Nicholas?
Can we get a word from our sponsor?
We sure can. This episode is brought to you by Versus Pro Studios. You want to get your slam on? You can get your slam on at Versus Pro Studios.
Come get slammed.
You want to get your big show on?
You want to get some chops? No, but for real. Versus Pro Studios is awesome. They give us this wonderful studio to work out of, and they're a wrestling school. And if you're interested to get in the wrestling business, hit them up. Versus Pro Studios.
Where
come
they
put
located?
oil on and slap bodies with other oily people in tights.
They are conveniently located in the Boulevard Mall, Las Vegas, Nevada.
We be butchering these ads, bro.
You are butchering these ads. We'd also like to thank Power Play Sports and Collectibles, also located in the Boulevard Mall.
Right down the way. Like, go out Versus Pro Studios, make a left. It's right there.
Another thing that Power Play Sports and Collectibles is doing this Saturday is having a live autograph signing from former WWE superstar Luke Gallows.
Festus. Yeah. Festus.
Some people know him as Festus. Also in TNA as Doc Gallows. And also known as what the hell is his name? What is it?
Hey, bro.
Sex Ferguson, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. He coming down here, he writing on paper, so y'all. I'll just
Versus Pro Wrestling, Power Play Sports, located in
the Boulevard Mall. Las Vegas, Nevada. Don't worry, we'll get this right one day. I'm just gonna start writing scripts. But hey, we also like to thank if you're into wrestling, go ahead and listen to Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast, where they talk the wrestle every Saturday.
And their thoughts count anywhere.
And their thoughts count absolutely anywhere. No rules. Which, as a matter of fact, this Saturday they will actually have Doc Gallows, a.k.a. Sex Ferguson, a.k.a. Luke Gallows, a.k.a. Festus, on their show.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's enough of bullshitting. Let's get well, I'm not gonna say bullshit, but you know what I be.
These people are gracious enough to help us accomplish our goal, William.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how we bullshitted in that whole promo because we asked.
So the Raptors may be playing in Newark, New Jersey, instead of the bubble.
Due to traveling reasons and COVID in Canada not having that bullshit that America's having right now. I ain't trying to
What makes the Raptors so special that they get to play in Newark?
They just need somewhere else to play, and I think it's for divisional reasons. It's more closer to their divisional teams.
And Canada's not planning on opening up the border to us.
Yeah, they're not having it
before the season gets started, so it's just so they can play games.
Yeah, and I think I still think it's like a little test run. Trying to get New Jersey a team again, but
they don't need a team.
If Vegas and Seattle don't get a team, I don't want to hear it.
Thank you. But Vegas first, then Seattle.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Seattle had a team. Y'all lost it.
If a team ever comes to Vegas, they will never leave.
Man, if a team come to Vegas, the arrest rate is gonna go through the roof again.
It might, like it did in 2007 when the All-Star Game. They was riding up and down the strip.
Q2 Chainz birthday.
Whoa.
So, okay, I'm going to piggyback off that because I want to ask you, for Vegas, do you want a team, a startup team, or do you want a team to move here and rebrand?
I want a startup.
Or do you want a team just to take over a team?
I want an extension.
First and foremost, the NBA makes billions upon billions upon billions of dollars.
They make billions and billions of dollars.
Not so only much through their association with the China League, with the G League, China.
No, their association with China's over.
They
the Rockets GM screwed that.
Oh so, yeah, talking to political talk because Ty Lawson over there talking about thick bitches.
And LeBron kind of had a thing. He tried to do damage control. It didn't work.
Ty Lawson tried to do damage control.
Shout out to all the thick Asian bitches.
They tried to pick over there, bro.
But to answer your question, the NBA has more than enough money to give Las Vegas an expansion team, and I say that.
What were we saying?
Everybody, just look at the guy. Just look at him.
So, he can feel our eyeballs burning in his back right now.
Nah. Because I got something to say about that.
The NBA has makes more than enough revenue, big boy words, to give us an expansion team. And I say that not only that we should get an expansion team because we have one of the best markets out there. Come to Las Vegas.
So I want to let Will say what he's about to say, but I just want to say one thing. Beyonce had to. No, I'm just playing. The city and the team owner is still paying for that team. So regardless of NBA's revenue, that's not really much of a factor.
Okay.
Same thing with that, which is how we got the Golden Knights. But William, Sir William,
I think the NBA should stop sugar daddy in the WNBA and just give us a team.
Oh boy, you have no idea how much I agree with you,
bro. They make too much money to not just give us a real team. I'm not saying the WNBA's team not a real team, but we need like some men's basketball too. Come on. You know?
Yeah, we do. So okay,
we have a Reno G League team.
What's that? I'm not going to see the G League.
People don't even go to Reno. The only reason people go to Reno is to do meth.
Whoa!
Do meth and buy cheap hookers.
If you come to the Valley, you go to Vegas.
No, you go to Pahrump for the cheap hookers and the meth.
Yeah, and the coke, and you end up like Lamar Odom.
Passed out in the lobby.
Hey, you go to Pahrump and get the hookers, and you don't come back.
You come back in the ambulance.
They flew him out.
No!
They flew him out. Helicopter style, Gundam style.
I want to make you Kobe joke so bad.
Fly till you die.
Yo. Okay, so
They flew him out like the Instagram hoes in Florida.
wow. I don't even want to start.
I didn't even bring it up.
I know you didn't.
I didn't bring it up.
I knew he was going to. Okay, look.
Now we gotta talk about it.
But I want to piggyback. So, okay, do you think that the WNBA needs more exposure nationally?
No, I think the WNBA needs to lower their rims and just stop trying to be men.
I agree with that.
Lower their rims, dunk on each other.
Nothing crazy.
And we gonna watch.
We don't even need to know that they do it.
Yeah.
Like 9.5. 9.5. Don't even tell me that you're doing it.
Yeah.
So we do it like kids, huh?
No, they just
lower when they not
it's
looking,
just-
huh?
No,
No.
it's the level of that athleticism isn't men. Like the MVP this year is not LeBron, not Giannis.
Yeah.
So they're never going to be
It's not,
equal.
and it's not a disrespect thing. It's not a hate thing. It's not a equal rates. It's none of that. It's
If it's equal rights, why isn't girls turning into is identifying as men and going to the NBA and dominating?
that's just really creepy.
If you
But
want equal rights,
I'm not going
That's
down that
just really
wormhole.
creepy.
I
But-
support feminism 100%.
I support feminism, but I'm saying if girls want to be athletically viewed as equals, they have to be able to do men things athletically.
yeah.
They can't
I think-
because they're physically not able to.
I think they should give them opportunities.
And,
what opportunities
and like the
don't
one or
they-
two, the
I'm-
one or
I'm
two,
gonna tell you.
the
I'm
one or
gonna-
Go.
the one or two unicorns out there don't count because that's not fair. You
Brittany
can't.
Griner?
You can't. I don't want to talk about her.
Oh, but you taking her over Boogie, huh?
I am taking her over Boogie.
Wild,
Boogie's soft.
man. He wild, dude.
But she's just as soft as Boogie. So.
I'm saying I think
She'll
that-
just come strapped. She'll come strapped. Because Boogie will talk shit.
That was good.
My man's walling. Wow.
You saying
Wow.
Yo, no, we need a technical tool or something. You gotta go to timeout, bro.
Yo. My man said she coming strapped.
Tell me she won't, Will.
Yeah, she coming in like young and man.
Exactly.
She us.
Wow.
What did you say, bro? What was you about to say? Because he wild, yo.
No, I gotta gather myself.
Should I go to the penalty box?
Bro. She not pulling it out.
Does she take the strap to the penalty box? You know what?
Oh, it's in her gym bag.
Okay. I got a loose side. Okay.
Let me see her wear.
To answer the question of how the WNBA can get more exposure, they have to give them real opportunities because one of the biggest things that WNBA players are always talking about is they're saying, hey, we play as good as the men. We want to be treated equal. And in the All-Star game, they give them a small piece where they what's the challenge where they let them play with a vet, a WNBA
superstar
player.
shootout.
They give them that small opportunity of the superstar shootout. If they add something like that during All-Star weekend, or they do Brittany Griner versus Boogie to 5, and they actually give them an opportunity, and you get to see it for themselves. The exposure of that, because some of those girls could whack some of these dudes in the NBA. We could pretend
Who's
like it.
whacking who in the NBA?
So Quinn Cook, you don't think
Quinn Cook
could get
cooking all of them. You play with
That's
like
part
NBA
of the
scrubs
reason.
in the gym.
That's part of it. Okay,
And I play with WNBA players.
It doesn't even have to be. It doesn't have to be the 1-on-1. It could be a 3-point shootout between one WNBA player and one NBA player.
That's shooting. We talking about the whole game.
All right,
I'm just saying some type of exposure
So I
to
can
that
put a
level.
spin on that. How about letting the WNBA enter the 3-point contest, the skills challenge?
How about it?
I'm down for that.
What other?
I got no problem with that.
But bro, they got nationally televised games all over the place. It's part of the WNBA's I mean, it's part of the NBA's
I
broadcasting
feel like
deal.
he's finna say something slick.
No, it's part of the NBA's broadcasting deal, right?
Right.
So that's more exposure than anything.
Right.
So how do they need more exposure? It's just not
Because
as
so
entertaining.
the problem with the exposure is that it's not.
I feel like I'm bashing it. I
It's not
watched the WNBA. It's trash.
do
But
too.
it's
I promise
but
I
they
do.
don't get so the exposure is there, but it's like, hey, watch the WNBA. It's on ESPN 47. Like,
ESPN to Fortes.
yeah, like it's not so like they modified schedules this year in particular. So the WNBA could have a game before the NBA's game, and it was supposed to be on live TV. But guess what? It was on like ESPN 30.
So ESPN, y'all ain't shit.
Well, why isn't it on the ESPN broadcast?
Because
Right
look at
before the
numbers,
NBA game.
bro. It's still a business.
Yeah.
You want to make
Right,
your money.
and
And
truthfully
if
saying,
nobody's watching it,
right, and truth be told, the WNBA has not been profitable since its inception.
so why do they want the same amount of money or equal pay to the NBA?
Well, they can't. The sponsorships aren't there.
They got more sponsors. They just don't have the same.
But they don't have the big sponsors. They don't have the level of sponsorship that the NBA
They
has.
just can't get it. Nobody's going to watch that every day.
I agree.
You're not going to see a poster done. You're not going to see all the players
Which
got
is
the
why
same bag.
I 100% agree with you about lowering the rims a little bit. Like I said, we don't have to know.
No, I want
Pull
to
the
know.
bull over my
I want to know because Brittany Griner would be
Good.
the greatest thing ever if they lowered the rims an inch.
Shout out to
Especially
Liz
with that
Kane,
strap.
Foot. Liz Cambage. Oh, I seen her on IG with the nippies out. Yeah, but we ain't gonna say nothing about that. She blurred.
You just said it.
No, I'm saying I ain't gonna say no more. Just go check out her IG, yo. Her ass taller than me, mad sexy.
All right.
What we on? What we on, bro?
Since we're talking about the WNBA, let's talk about Asia Wilson winning the MVP in her third year in the league. She averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Shout out to her. Aces got that banner. Oh, Rick Ross voice. I'm a fan. I'm not gonna jump in too deep, pause. But I think that she did phenomenal, even though Liz did not come back from Australia. Asia put on the big boy pants and went to work. So I'm a huge fan. I actually bought season tickets. Me and my mans were supposed to go, and then Rudy Gobert shut shit down. Rudy
No
Gobert was
WNBA
like,
player has that ability. But we ain't gonna get caught on that. Shout out to Asia. She was hooping. I honestly was doing some research because I thought it was a whole thing where it's like they was gonna crowd someone in the bubble and stuff. But nah, she was hooping and she earned it.
Las Vegas Aces on my end, unless y'all play the Mercury. If y'all play the Mercury, I'm sorry. Diamond Frost is my favorite player of all time.
She's like WNBA Steve Nash, bro.
She's WNBA Steph Curry, but we're not going to go there.
What do you mean? If Steve Nash shot as much as Steph Curry, he'll be Steph Curry.
Agreed.
All right, so we good then. We good.
All right.
As long as we agree on that,
Absolutely.
we cool.
So let's talk trade talk. Ben Simmons and Al Horford could possibly go to the Warriors for Andrew Wiggins and the number 2 pick, Mr. Rastovac. How do you feel about that?
I mean,
If that is true, it lets the entire league know that the Sixers have 100% given up on Ben Simmons and realize that his value is nothing. And
why do you hate Ben so much,
listen
bro?
to me. I'm the captain now. Listen to me. No, so
He fucking hates Ben.
no. Listen, Wiggins is being traded for Al. Benjamin, the guy who hasn't improved since he's been in the league, is being traded for a pick and a box of Cracker Jacks.
Let's not sleep on the pick. We know the number 2 pick is either LaMelo or Wiseman, and
So
Wiseman.
you got Anthony Edwards going number 1?
That's what it's looking like right now because
It's
they
not
said
gonna be LaMelo.
They said LaMelo hasn't been doing too well in his interviews. So,
Okay.
any thoughts on Ben and Al?
I think Ben.
It's not
Ben's not running point guard anymore. What did you just say?
I said he's not worth shit.
You gotta let Ben and Boogie. I can't wait for them to go to the Heat, and you just gotta be a fan.
They better not come to the Heat.
I'm gonna say this real quick.
I'm gonna be out there and be like, "Not my players."
I'm gonna.
Whoa! You gonna tell them to stand by?
I think that Ben and Al Horford to the Warriors is amazing for the Warriors because you pull Draymond, you make him come off the bench. You got Ben taking his spot. Then you have two phenomenal passes on the.
Because Ben still played Draymond starting.
You don't think
so? I think Ben's starting over Draymond.
I think Ben just runs center and just have a
way.
They have a Swiss Army.
Why would they have? Why would they have Ben at the 5 and Al Horford is available to them? They're gonna put Al Horford.
They're not going to bench Draymond. They're not going to bench Draymond
over Willie Cauley-Stein. Are you serious?
They're not benching Draymond.
Al Horford's coming off the bench, bro.
They're not benching Draymond.
Whoa!
So he's going to play. And then you got Eric Pascal, who is.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Okay. You want to bet chops on that if that happens?
Please. Can we please bet chops on this? So we're betting that if Ben goes to the Warriors, that Draymond starts over Ben Simmons?
No, Draymond and Ben starts.
Yeah, Draymond and Ben both start.
It will be Steph, Clay, Draymond, Ben, Al. Willie Cauley-Stein, they can care less.
Let me hear it again.
Steph, Clay, Draymond, Ben, Al.
Or Al comes off the bench.
Do you want to bet that Al starts over Willie Cauley-Stein? Is that what we're betting?
No, I'm just saying I'm agreeing with Will's lineup, but I'm saying there might be a variation where Al comes off the bench because they need something to come off the bench.
I'd say Draymond and Ben going to start if they play.
100%. 100%.
Draymond's not coming off the bench.
Steph, Clay. Let me hear it again.
Draymond, Ben, Al. Ben will run most of the
Ben
point.
At the 4.
No, it's the modern NBA, bro.
Okay,
whatever.
Okay,
but I think Ben, if Steph is not as hot, Ben runs point, sets up everybody.
Okay. I can accept that. There was miscommunication. My apologies. I'm not even going to address Rondo to the Clippers because the Lakers aren't letting him go.
I don't think so neither.
Millsap and Wesley to the Heat.
Ryan?
Wesley Matthews.
Okay.
And Paul Millsap. Ryan, how do you feel about that?
Nothing special.
Millsap got to stop.
Oh, you don't want that to happen?
I have nothing. So my thing is, I had nothing against those guys.
Excuse me.
I got nothing against those guys at all. But Miami needs another big name. They don't need another big name because they just show the down and dirty.
I think they're just looking at it from the point of view that you guys want a veteran.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say a cheap veteran, like they're not worth as much, but it looks to me like they want a veteran.
I'd like to take a different veteran.
Okay. Wesley Matthews is becoming CJ Miles.
He really is.
Wesley Matthews ain't been the Green Arrow in many years
since Dallas,
and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Man,
Rudy Gobert, COVID-19 is getting some looks from the Boston Celtics.
His name is Rudy Ronies. That's his name.
Rudy Ronies is getting some looks from the Boston Celtics. Do you think if the price is right that Boston can acquire Rudy, or since he's the defensive player, they're not letting him go?
He's the defensive player of the decade.
I think
because no man had single-handedly shut down the entire league in the course of a week.
So the Jazz is keeping Rudy Gobert,
unless the Celtics offer everything.
I think Rudy Gobert is because his style of play isn't like what's needed in the NBA. He's just so happen to be stopping everything that come to the basket.
Right.
So I think he's gonna shop himself out and end up having to settle for some type of like low contract, not what he want.
Right.
And then he's gonna try to leverage defensive player of the year and all that. But he's gonna shop himself out
on some Kentavious Caldwell Pope shit.
Yeah, or like Nerlens Noel did with Dallas when they offered him like 20 something and then he had to settle for 7.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do something like that.
Okay, let's talk about DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan may finally be freed from his San Antonio chains. It looks like he's getting looks from the Nets and the Bucks. What do you think would be a better fit for DeRozan if he were to leave San Antonio?
If he goes to the Bucks, at that point he's just a better Eric Bledsoe.
Jesus, Eric Bledsoe can.
So
shoot,
if he
bro.
goes to the Nets, it's a problem.
I think if he goes to the Nets, they can create a nice little big three there.
No, they got Spencer and Karis LeVert.
I agree with Ryan. I think that if he goes to the Nets, that it's a problem. Some things might happen.
I think it's a logjam if you go to Brooklyn. They got Spencer Dinwiddie and Karis LeVert already there at that spot.
I think they can make it work. I think they can make something work.
Who's not going to play? They all dropping 20. Karis LeVert,
Yeah, they're
Spencer
dropping.
Dinwiddie,
Why are
and
they
Kyrie.
dropping 20? Because there's no Kyrie, there's no KD.
No, even when Kyrie was there, Karis LeVert was hooping, and
But
Spencer
there was still no
Dinwiddie is
KD.
guaranteed. I know. So why would you bring
LeVert over DeMar?
He's younger, and you got two of them for the same price as DeMar.
Jamar has definitely depreciated over his stint in San
No,
Antonio.
you haven't.
Yes,
he's
he
in
has.
San Antonio, bro.
Wow.
You don't get the same opportunity every time.
No, but I'm saying
he's the walking 20-40 that he's always been.
He's
I'm not saying he's not, but he has.
And the guy was like 17. He's in San Antonio.
But he has depreciated in value to the viewers, to the casual viewer.
That can be something.
And some teams may sleep on him because of that.
I think that he should not go to Brooklyn, or the Brooklyn should. I think he should go to Brooklyn because of winning. But I don't think the Brooklyn Nets should pick him up because they got to pay him so much money because he's DeMar DeRozan.
Excuse me, a walking 22. Like I said, I was 1 point.
In
one possession.
Oh,
Too bad we didn't bet on that because
Excuse
that would have been 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Right.
But like he got to get so much money given to him, and they got.
Does he deserve that much money now?
He's DeMar DeRozan. You know how it is when you
20
establish
points a
the
game.
league.
You get a nice
You get
little
some
check.
chunks,
You get
bro.
a check.
I like him. I'm not saying I don't, but like I feel like there is definitely a. He's definitely depreciated. He has.
It's his image, and he's played in San Antonio, bro. He haven't had any lights on him.
And not to mention, by him playing in San Antonio and being vocal about not being as thrilled to be there, it definitely is going to weigh on him a little bit. I don't think he's going to get paid as much as he wants to or as much as he deserves. But that's just me.
All right. Sean Kemp has a dispensary.
More like Sean Kemp.
Did you just call
You just
Sean
called him
Kemp?
Kemp.
Sean Kemp. You
Damn
ruined your own
it.
joke.
More like Sean Hemp.
Trash. This nigga washed.
I wrote it down.
He's washed.
I wrote it down.
You rushed me, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. So last night I made the joke where Nick and Will were telling me that Sean Kemp has a dispensary, and I was like, Sean Kemp? More like Sean Hemp. And they both laughed. I hope you guys laugh. If
Nah,
not,
you
go fuck
watched the
yourself.
joke up the
Yeah,
river, bro.
you ruined the punch.
Yeah,
It's
lick my
over.
ass. Lick my ass.
Oh man.
So Sean Kemp said that during his NBA career that he was chiefing because it was better than pain pills. Do you agree with that or disagree?
I
I don't
mean,
smoke, so I don't know.
yeah, being straight edge is kind of hard
Well,
to agree with
let me
that.
tell you about it.
So much for our opinions.
I know. What your Chief Keef here?
No, not at all. That is an expensive habit. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, that's just a bill.
Terrence Davis likes to punch bitches.
Whoa! Smack my bitch up, bro.
What do you have to say about that?
Oh no, I have nothing on that.
Athletes gotta stop slapping their girls, man.
IG model Elise Jane hooked up with 7 Suns players on some Kobe Bryant shit, and says she's releasing the footage.
Straight extortion. That's straight extortion. This whole trying to get on.
She didn't put a price, but she put a price. She's like, cash at me.
First, hey, hold on.
What's the highest amount you can cash out?
Listen. Hold on.
I'm not talking about these hoes.
Hold on. No,
She didn't go. She didn't go.
We talking about the players. If it's 7 players, and if we all on the same team, we successful NBA players, we got bags. I'm not fucking the same bitches. I'm not about to say, yeah, send it to the room next. No, I'm not doing it, bro.
So you just cash out it? You just
No.
you just go send the money.
What's the max on cash
Also
out?
Paul George shit.
At least we don't
Then
got
you go
NBA
cuff these
players.
stripper bitches. Shout out to Paul George.
At least we don't got NBA players out here asking girls to shit on their chests.
Okay. In the spirit of election night, Donald Trump bashes LeBron. What do you have to say about that, Ryan?
I got nothing.
Listen, man. Trump, we know you don't have an athletic bone in your body. Athletes don't give a damn what you say. We just have opinions on things. We say it
First time in NBA history, and nobody wanted to go to the White House.
because nobody gives a fuck.
So I think that's more of a. I'm not going to go against my team and do that, and I don't think that's right. I think if a player wanted to go, he can go, but
I think it's open invitation like that.
right, it is to the championship team, and
Yeah.
I'm saying like I don't know where the players stand on who they vote for or whatever, and I don't care, but I think that
I mean, we know.
we kind of know, but then there's probably some sleeper
And then you
agents
got,
that we're like, wait a
Also,
minute.
J.R. Smith shit.
Then you got Jonathan Isaac over here.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like that one player is not going to be like, yeah. But like, regardless of who the president is, that's probably a one-time thing. Like, why wouldn't you just try it? Like, maybe you could, like, legit. Maybe he could have a legit conversation with him and be like, "Yo, this is why I don't like you."
He don't care. You see this guy?
I do see
He
him.
don't give a damn.
The whole world sees him. It's pretty hard to miss
Why
Orange.
would you waste your breath trying to get to know him?
Because I feel like you could party with him, and he would be.
My girl
I
wants
feel-
to
I
party
legit-
all the time.
I legit think you could party with Trump, and he can throw down. I'm not even.
Throw down some big nuts.
pussy.
grabbing him all by the pussy.
Gotta watch that shot.
As far as they know,
Yo, that makes me
bucket.
sound super right leaning. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna clarify the fact that I
You
hate
think
both
Ty
of them
Lawson
equally.
is friends with Trump?
And on that note, we're gonna close out with our sponsor. Ryan, take us home.
You know what? Thank you so much again to Versus Pro Studios, located at the Boulevard Mall in Las Vegas, Nevada. They are a wrestling school trying to promote the up and coming talent to the wrestling business. Also, a big thanks to Power Play Sports and Collectibles, who has an autograph signing this weekend on Saturday. Former WWE superstar Luke Gallows, aka Doc Gallows in Impact Wrestling, aka Sex Ferguson, and a bunch of other AKAs that we shouldn't even need to list off because he's got a ton of them. And I also want to say thank you to our fellow podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere. They are a wrestling podcast, live every Saturday. If you enjoy the wrestle, why don't you listen to them talk about the wrestle? Sometimes I'm on there too. Okay, bye.
Big Will, Joe G's. Any shout outs before we leave?
Shout out to Tyus Jones. That's all I gotta say. I'm shouting out everybody who I like to watch, like secretly. Pause.
In the closet, Will?
Hey, whoa.
You
whoa,
like
whoa.
to watch them in the closet?
Hey, yo, this is not a R. Kelly pod, bro. Let's go.
Shout out to Ivory Thews for being one of our loyal watchers. And on that note, we will see you next week.
That's how I said more was.